It's been 1 week since patch 8.2 launched. Blizzard said it would be their make or break patch. But the question is it? What's going on, guys? It's Ale here with Backwards Hat Gaming, and today I wanted to give my impressions on patch 8.2, The Rise of Azshara in World of Warcraft. So it has been just over a week. Today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes! Today is Wednesday, and so I've been in and out of Nazjatar and Mecha Gone for the last week, and I have opinions and thoughts, and I just want to give you my impressions and what I think needs to change or what doesn't need to change. So the first thing I want to talk about is zone design. So as usual, props to the Blizzard art team. You guys just knock it out of the park every time. Visuals are beautiful. The zones are gorgeous. Nazjatar, you can feel the essence of time there. You know, this is a sunken. Like it's just been there forever. It looks great. Thumbs up. Creature models are great. Character models are good. The armor sets, but you know that's whatever. Azshara's Eternal Palace actually looks pretty dope, so that's good. That's very good. Mecha Gone looks good. I find myself, and I say this to my my guildmates all the time. Mecha Gone feels like just a slightly larger dungeon, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I get it. With all those rares, you needed an open area that was easily able to be maneuvered around. So that was nice. The only issue is I wish that Nazjatar was designed with some of that idea for ease of access, because it's like you get to some of the places in the north, and you're wishing that flying came sooner than it is. Because I don't understand. There's some parts of Nazjatar where it's just like you have to go up and down 3 different levels to get to like a rare. So I get it. It's meant to be like seafloor and the caverns, and it's not going to be like all pretty and make sense. But I feel like being that flying wasn't going to be such a big part of the zone in the beginning, to make it easier for players, maybe have designed ways around that. Or maybe not made it so physically hampering. But yeah, zone design's good. Creatures are good. The quest lines so far, I mean, I've only unlocked 2/3 of Nazjatar and everything on Mecha Gone, just bar doing the dungeon. And the lore is there. You know, I've done the war campaign. Spoilers, it's incredible. The final cutscene, I'm not going to say anything about it. Don't worry, I'm not going to name names. I mean, it's been a week. Technically, it should be free to say, but there are people who are still taking their time. So I'm not going to spoil it for you. I will just tell you, if you've been a fan since Warcraft 3, you'll appreciate the cutscene. That's all I got to say. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's just, we're now a week out from Season 3 starting, which is good. I just kind of find that the off season, there's nothing to do. Like, what benefit is there to running Mythix? You know, this week, yes, you got to make sure you run a Mythic plus 10, so you guarantee yourself a 440 piece in your chest next week. You got to make sure you conquest cap this week. This is super important for anyone here who's watching and doesn't realize. You can actually get the PvP only essence, the Conflict and Strife, on Tuesday if you conquest cap this week. So make sure you do that. But yeah, storylines are good, Magni's good, all that stuff. Moving on to my next topic, essences. So the essences system is basically a watered down artifact weapon from Legion. Am I against it? No. Do I think it could have been better implemented? Yes. And I feel like this is what they should have done from the start of the expansion. Because the neck piece was just a neck piece. It did nothing. It just had all these fat stats. That was it. Not important. Who cares? Not me. So, again, they're moving in the right direction. They're moving towards things. It basically is a mix of the old weapon system from Legion and the major glyphs from like Kata, and I think Mop had glyphs too, and I think it was in the pre-expansion patch they got rid of them. Yeah, so it works. It works. I do wish that some essences weren't so overpowered that, like, they're the clear choice. You know, like, but I will give props to Blizzard being proactive and seeing the trends. Like, you know, just recently, Fire Mages figuring out that, hey, I can have, like, non-stop 60k sustained DPS the whole time. Enjoy. And then they nerfed Lucid Dreams, which is good. I feel that... I also wish that the game was a bit more open to other ways of gaining essences. It's like every facet of gaining an essence, or every avenue of content grants an essence. So I think for some people, it's causing a bone of contention where it's like, I have to do all of these things or I'm behind. Which is definitely, you know, I've had a couple of those complaints from people in my guild where they're just saying, you know, hey, there's just too much I need to do to get this, or my best in slot is locked behind this and I can't do that. One thing for me, which I hope Blizzard changes, is the way that we get the PvP essences. Currently, as it stands, it's you gotta win one epic battleground, one regular battleground, and an island expedition, a PvP one. The random and the epic, that's not a problem. The problem is with the PvP islands. So I've gotten now 4 or 5 people theirs. The issue isn't getting them. The issue is these queue times. Like, we were in queue for 32 minutes the other day. In peak time. Why? Because no one is running PvP Islands, Blizzard. No one. No one. The only reason you're going to see a spike in people running them is because they have to for this stupid thing. They're going to run it, get their one win, and they're done. Nobody runs PvP Islands for fun, because they're not. There's never PvP. You're just running around doing... it's a race. Who gets the better start? Who can pull more and survive? That's what it is. That's not PvP. That's PvE with, like, another team doing the exact same thing as you. But anyways, the essence system is again, it's good, but it's almost too little too late. For me. You might feel completely different, and that's okay. But for me, it just feels like I get what you're trying to do. I just really wish you put in this effort a year ago when this expansion came out. Because the necklace, garbage. It was garbage. Now it's got something to it, but, you know, it is what it is. The other thing, so World PvP. World PvP. Recently, Blizzard changed the way the big Battleground-esque World PvP mode in Nazjatar happened. They made it so that it's not going to trigger anymore unless there's a fairly equal balance of Horde and Alliance on a server's realm or a server's shard. So, everyone tuning in, let us all take a moment of silence for the Battle of Nazjatar, which shall never be seen again because there is never a balanced shard. Moment of silence done. Like, I get it, because Alliance are finding it near impossible to win in the US regions, and that's fair, I understand that. And I'm not saying, basically, screw you, but the Alliance gets so many other things. So many other things. And, you know, when it comes to PvP, like, they have, like this week, the War Mode bonus is 25%. Essentially, anyone who does their stuff in War Mode right now as an Alliance gets 25% more of whatever it is they do. Not rep, though. So anyone who screams they're getting more rep, you gotta get your facts checked, because they do not, in fact, get rep. They do get more pearls, more resources, more artifact power, which is important as we're pushing towards 55 on our necks. All of these important things that it seems like, you know, are kind of hampering for everyone else. So Blizzard's response to this system is, let's tack on more incentive for people so that more people who have no position to be in PvP are forced to be in PvP, thus imbalancing the other side. Look, if Horde dominates World PvP, then maybe the problem is World PvP. Or PvP mode, whatever the frick it's called. Because I'll be honest with you, that is the problem. It's that you have these separate shards for people doing PvP. Go back to PvP servers. So, because let's be honest, none of us, I didn't ask for it, and 98% of the player base didn't ask for it, for you guys to just completely gut out servers and make them all PvE, and you can just toggle PvP. There aren't that many PvP players. Like, I get it, I think it's about 35% of your population. Blizz, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I doubt you will, but feel free to do so. 35% of your population, that's a rough number from what my guesstimates are looking at certain analytics. Okay? 35% of your population takes part in PvP actively. And so, 35%. Of that 35%, I think it's a 20%, 15% split. 20% Horde, 15% Alliance. The imbalance isn't horrible, but it's there, and it's obvious because Alliance is shit at PvP. The ratios are garbage. Now that ratios have been kind of brought to par, it's not that big of an issue, but the problem is, this is something Blizzard should have fixed 7 years ago, when the big migration from Alliance to Horde happened, because let's be real, there's no incentive to go back to Alliance. What, I'm going to go back to Alliance so I can raid, be 13th on the leaderboard while there's 300 Horde guilds that have completed content? And then recruit from the people who don't raid on the Alliance side? The unfortunate side of things is Horde is the more active faction, whereas the Alliance, it's not dead, but it just doesn't have anywhere near as much as it used to. Which is fine. It's fine, but Blizzard has to find a way around forcing people to do this content. Because when you force people who don't PvP into PvP, it imbalances the game, and it makes it unfair for everyone. Which, on the flip side, when there's 100 Horde on a shard and 2 Alliance, how is that fair? You're not wrong. It's not fair. At all. But the answer isn't gut the system and make it only work if there's, 50 and 50. Because guess what? You're never going to have that. In the US, it's Horde imbalance. In the Oceanic realms, it's Alliance imbalance. You can't be a Horde anywhere on the Oceanic realms. In war mode. You get eviscerated within seconds. Just like how it was on my server. I'm on Tichondrius. I started Nashatar with PvP mode on. I had to turn it off within 5 minutes. I couldn't even... me and a few of my guildies, we couldn't even progress properly into Nashatar because the Alliance was just coming around and farming us at the start location. Which is fine, that you're welcome to do that in PvP, that's the whole point of it. But, you kind of get what I'm saying. Get rid of PvP mode, or war mode, go back to PvE, PvP server splits, and just make it so that, if you're on this server, it's PvP. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, server transfer. The server was PvP to begin with. I don't care what reason you had to get over there, but there's no excuse for you bitching and complaining and whining. PvP is too hard. I'm being forced to do PvP for this content. Let me explain something to you. You're not being forced to do anything. You choose to turn on your war mode and go into that zone, and then if you get curb stomped by a group of 5 people, too bad. You know what you do? There's nothing you can do. You res, you go somewhere else. They camp your body, log out. 5 minutes. They'll see that you've logged out, you haven't resed, they'll leave you alone. Go back in, turn off war mode, go back with your day. I'll be honest with you. When it comes to the dailies and the world quests in Nashatar and Mecha Gone, and hunting the rares for the mounts, I turn off war mode. I turn it back on when I'm done my daily stuff, but while I'm doing my dailies, I have it off. I'm not about to deal with some stupid person who decides that because they get a 25% boost, we're going to create a raid group and just zerg every node because screw the Horde. For no reason, other than Blizzard is making us do it, so we're going to do it. That's just horseshit. It's just garbage. Just straight garbage. I've ranted a lot on that, Jesus. Jesus, I'm sorry. The other thing. BFA Pathfinder 2. Can someone please tell me what I missed out on? Because, there are people who are flying right now. So I look at my rep as of today. I haven't done the dailies yet for today. It's July 3rd. Have not done the dailies yet, but after doing the dailies for both Mecha Gone and Nashatar, I'm only going to be about 20% away from revered with both, meaning, hooray, I can fly around zones that are going to be then useless to me. But good for alts because, I can get them through and go through all the hell that is Nazjatar. But anyways, why or how are people able to get to revered so quick? And secondly, Blizzard, if you were going to make reputation so prevalent and being such a reason for such a reason or such a hindrance to getting flying, why wouldn't you make it in a way that it wasn't like so, I don't know, horrible? Like some of the world quests and like the daily quests in Nazjatar, it's wild. I find myself spending like close to sometimes an hour and a half in Nazjatar. Just because it's like, oh, go find 10 of these spiral leaves. Oh, JK, they only spawn in like 2 places. There's like 5 up at a time, and everybody else needs to collect 10. Have fun. It's insane. It's actually insane. They put Bejeweled on quests, which is like for rep and stuff. And like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I don't know. I wish either Blizzard changes out their staff and gets people who like have passion to make a game and not make money. I get it. Gaming companies create games to make money. But you look at some gaming companies, they make games because they want to make games. Because they want their public to be impressed and wowed and stunned. And that's what World of Warcraft was in the beginning. It broke the mold. Now, it might as well be like, put it on mobile, monetize the shit out of it. Because that's what we're doing. They put a 6-month... oh god, the forums were hilarious with this. So they added in a feature. Pay for 6 months, and you get a mount. 6 months of sub time, you get a mount. People are saying, oh, it's 2 days after the patch came out. They did this on purpose. They put shitty mounts in Nazjatar and Mecha Gone, and they put the best looking mount on the shop, blah, blah, blah. Are you people that stupid? Like, actually, like, look at me. Are you that mentally incapacitated that you do not understand how these things work? Your outrage is that they released something 2 days after. Do you think they just whipped it up? This promotion has probably been planned for ages. Why? Because, 2 days after it was released was the end of Q2. And the summertime usually shows, Q2 and Q3 are usually Blizzard's weakest months. So, what way can we boost sub numbers and make it seem like we're making more money? Oh, I know. Let's incentivize it. That's what that is. It's not some Hail Mary to get people to lock themselves into Nazjatar and Mecha Gone for 6 months. It's a, hey, listen, we're throwing this in here. Hey, you get a mount if you want. If you don't, you just go buy the mount for $25 off the auction or the in-game shop. You don't have to get the 6 months of game time. But if you want to spend and buy 6 months of game time, go for it. That's what it is. Not bad. But people are just like, no, they're doing this because, it's not fair, this and that. It's, again, they did it because they want to inflate their numbers for their Q2 and Q3 because Activision is a bastard company who all they care about are their monthly active users. They don't care about people's enjoyment of games. There's no volumetrics in the Activision software for how much fun are people having playing our games. It's how often are they spending money on things? How long are they in our games for? What does that translate to in money? That's what they care about. Activision is like a stain, a literal stain on the gaming industry. And it's so sad. It's so sad. They ruined Blizzard. Blizzard used to be one of those companies that anything they came out with, even if it wasn't something you were interested in, you played because you knew the quality was there. And now what do we have? Heroes of the Storm? Bye. That's Blizzard's fault because they should have jumped on that bandwagon sooner. We leave that alone. World of Warcraft? Probably the lowest sub numbers they've ever had. I would argue, And I wish Blizzard would release their sub numbers, but I know Activision has told them never to do it anymore because they started sloping down real hard. I would bet money that that the sub numbers currently for WoW are hovering around the 1.2 million mark, maybe even 1. But BFA has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Why? Because there's nothing to fucking do. World quests, okay, I log into my 4 world quests, get my get my emissary box, okay, bye. Run Mythix? Sure. The only people able to run Mythix are prop pallies, resto druids, outlaw rogues, and like a demon hunter or a monk. Everyone else, sorry, you're not good for pushing keys. Goodbye. Classes are imbalanced. PvP is boring. Yeah. So, I've recently really gotten into PvP. Last season I got 1800 in RBGs, which is nothing, but that was my goal for myself. I said before the season ends, I want to end at Rival. And I did it. And I'm proud of myself. It was great, and I learned a lot, and like fantastic. But I also did the arena route, where I wanted to learn arena because I've always wanted to get into high-ranked arena because it's so interesting. But last season, Blizzard allowed items from PvE to directly ruin PvP. And for people who are watching this who don't have any idea what I'm talking about the gear from BOD, from Crucible of Storms, the Void Stone, the Trident, all that shit. Broken as all hell. So when does Blizzard nerf them? In the off-season. Fine. Not a problem. It only took you a whole season to nerf them, but at least you're nerfing them. So thank you. That was fine. The other day I logged in and I found out that they nerfed the Maledict trinket. Why? Why was Maledict broken? It was a PvP trinket that people were using for PvP. PvE items being broken in PvP, yeah, that shit needs to be scaled back. But PvP shouldn't be getting nerfed because, oh, well, it's from last season, people are going to feel the need to have it. It's a good freaking trinket. It makes sense. Why would you get rid of it? Why would you nerf it so horribly into the ground? It's stupid. And now, you have the freaking Essence system, which is broken in PvP. I'm a PTR. You have people one-shotting one another in PvP. Straight up just one-shotting. Having all the right essences. PvP now, here's a fun fact for everyone watching. Give it 2 months, maybe a month and a half. PvP is all going to be about how fast can you kill that other person. Who can one-shot the other person faster? That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be managing your cooldowns, outplaying the other team, doing rogue shit and stealing bases and all that shit. Nope. It's going to be whose essence is proc, who's got the right essence set up, who's got rank 3 on their essences, and who pressed their buttons faster than the other person. That's not exciting gameplay. That's not even functional gameplay. Like, this is the essence system, either just fine, keep them in PvE, but get rid of them in PvP, or just nerf their effects, because PvP is going to be a disaster. And then what is, so they buffed Unholy and Frost DKs. Why? Frost needed it, granted. But Unholy, the most represented plate-wearing class in RBGs and Arena, you don't see anything other than, Unholy and whatever. Unholy HPAL. That is, one of the top 2s brackets right now. Or was, rather. Just like Assassination Rogue Fire Mage. But Unholy DK was already incredibly strong, and now they just buffed them further. Why? To further put them at the top of the leaderboards? To make everybody swap over? Oh, no, but we also made Frost interesting. Yeah, you did, but the problem with Frost is they do their burst, they're done. They can't do anything else. They don't have cooldowns, they don't have all the utility of Unholy. So therefore, guess what? 9 out of 10 people, they're not going to run frickin' Frost. They're going to run Unholy. Because why would you run anything else? It's just stupid. Any team that runs an RPG's double DK, and if you don't have a proper counter to them on your team, guess what? You're not winning that match. 2 shit DKs are still better than any team. There's nothing you can do. And here we are, we're just throwing essences out to people. Oh, here, have the memory of lucid dreams. Regenerate, all of your astral power, or all of your mana, or all of your whatever the fuck you use, runic power. Get it all back, so you can just keep popping abilities. Let me tell you, so I use the memory of lucid dreams on my boomkin. I had a streak of 8 star surges. 8. It procced constantly. 8 star surges. Would someone like to tell me how that is okay? 8 star surges at 45k a pop? That's killing tanks. My Guardian Druid has like just under 500k health right now. 8 star surges would bring me down to just about 10%. Maybe a little bit more. How's that okay? So, I mean, PvP just needs to be reworked. PvP isn't fun. The rating system isn't fun. I think we should get rid of regular battlegrounds, make everything on a rated scale, so that we're not like... Because, you know what? Everyone should be eligible for rating. And if there's rating behind things, guess what? More people will play, more people will be more invested, and you could see more people who never gave it a shot because it seems super intimidating, give it a shot and maybe succeed. Who knows, they could like something they do for a change, instead of just sitting around Zuldazar waiting for Qs to pop. Just a thought. Just a thought. Yeah, I went on a bit of a rant there about PvP, and I'm sorry. It's just, I look at, I've been playing WoW for 15 years of my life, which for a lot of you might seem like, oh, that's not that much. But 15 years of my life is more than half of my life. And so it's been a very big part of my life. And over the last couple years, Legion, not as much, but Warlords of Draenor, and now especially in BFA, it's really making me think, like, what's the point to this anymore? There's nothing here. There's nothing of substance here. Like, what is Nazjatar? Nothing. It's a catch-up zone. You get 400 eye level gear the second you get there. Well, you get 385 and you can upgrade it to 400 with like 15 pearls, which like you do your first day of shit, you get 40. And there's no barrier to entry anymore. There really isn't. I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to Classic. I can't wait to play that shit again. I know how hard it was. I know how you'd have to work months on end just to get one thing. And you know what? That was goddamn rewarding. Because you had it. You had it. You worked your ass off, and that was your achievement. You did it. You grinded gold to get your mount because you got sick and tired of walking around everywhere. Now, you have fucking 400 mounts in the game right now. Oh, you just get them, they drop. Like, that's cool. I love mounts. I'm not shitting on mounts. I'm not shitting on mounts. But, like, yeah, it's just, Classic is just, I'm here for it. I'm going to be streaming it. That's the truth. That's the truth. My entire leveling stream. I'm going to leveling process. I'm going to stream every goddamn minute of that shit. Yep, 100%. But, yeah, I'm just disappointed. 8.2, Blizzard posted as being their make or break patch. And at the beginning of this video, I asked you, was it enough? As of right now, I can say no. I haven't experienced Azshara's Eternal Palace. I haven't experienced Operation Mecha Gone. Do I feel that a dungeon and a raid can save a patch? No. Because a dungeon and a raid are just one facet of content. The zones are cool. It looks great. The quests are garbage. The environment maneuverability is garbage. Mecha Gone is great because it's just one flat plane of area. You have the one raised up area where Rustfeather is, and then you have some islands off the coast. Get yourself a jetpack, have a nice day, you're good. Nazjatar, you're just cursing anytime you have to go anywhere because A, mob density is through the roof for whatever reason, and B, you literally have to go up and down and like up and down 3 different freaking layers just to get somewhere. I was really hoping 8.2 would be something special. And the first couple days, I had a lot of people telling me, oh, this is garbage, this is garbage, this is garbage. And I kept fighting them and saying, no, guys, you're not giving it a chance. Try Mecha Gone. You're going to love Mecha Gone. Mecha Gone's great, but it can't save a patch. Essences are great in PvE, but they can't save a patch. Rares being something again are great, but what was that? Can't save a patch. And all those things together, unfortunately, you guessed it, can't save a patch. 8.2 is going to be busy for the next couple weeks because Azshara's Eternal Palace comes out, so we're going to have our Mythic World First race for that. But I expect that this summer Blizzard's going to see themselves having a significantly lower amount of subs because people are not going to be interested in playing the new content. The barrier to entry is too high. The amount of time gaining and rep gating is astronomical. Time gaining was never an issue in this game, and now it's everywhere we go. Same with rep gating. And at some point, you know, we gotta stop it. Will I stop playing WoW? No. I'll probably play that till the day they end the servers. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think about 8.2, about all the things I addressed in here. But as usual, blah, blah, I haven't recorded in a hot minute, so I'm getting back used to everything. Until next time, guys, I'm Ale, and this is Backwards Hat Gaming, and we'll see you next time.